fun and educational, simply the best. We welcome in newly inducted Baseball Hall of Famer Tim Kurkjian. Tim, congratulations on the well-deserved honor. Let's talk about the legend of Vin Scully. Describe exactly what he meant to baseball and the world of sports overall.
Well, he's the greatest broadcaster for baseball of all time. He did it for 67 years. And I don't pretend to know the other sports, but I think he has to be the greatest sports broadcaster from any sport. He was such a regal and elegant man, and his use of the English language was absolutely breathtaking. But he also knew when not to speak. He loved the roar of the crowd. So in some of his most famous calls ever, the Sandy Koufax perfect game, the Bill Buckner error, the Kirk Gibson home run, he said words and then he let you hear the crowd scream. And then he would come back and deliver another great line after great line. That's how great Vin Scully was, is he understood what he was doing with the game of baseball better than any broadcaster has ever done it.
That is certainly an art form, and you've been covering the sport baseball for a while now. What's your favorite Vin Scully memory?
Well, he's the greatest storyteller of all time. So one night I tuned in, and he was talking about Diamondbacks outfielder Socrates Brito. And this was the genius of Vin. All the broadcasters were always envious of him when he started to tell a story. The hitter never just singled up the middle and then there was no time to finish the story. The game always allowed Vin to finish his story. So Socrates Brito comes to the plate. And Vin Scully then proceeds to tell us about the real Socrates. So he says, Socrates, this great Greek philosopher, ball high and away. And they just continue to tell the story of Socrates through the at-bat of Socrates Brito. It took about 4 minutes. Only Vin could get away with that because only baseball would allow Vin Scully to get away with that.
I love these stories. I read a story about how when he was growing up, he used to listen to the radio with like a blanket over his head. That's how he listened to college football games. He was very much a legend. A lot of people are calling him the GOAT. He's obviously done a lot in broadcasting. What stood out to you about how he was as a broadcaster?
Well, I just love the way that he related to the average fan. He used to say when broadcasting a game, he wants to make it like he is sitting in the stands, sitting next to the people in the stands. And he's broadcasting the game, but he says, I'm not going to call every single pitch because people out there, the people in the stands, want to know about the weather or what we had for dinner last night or Socrates the philosopher, and he wanted to make it like a conversation with the average person in the stands. And again, nobody did that better than Vin Scully.
And I love that quote that we just heard a little bit ago from him. He said, I needed you far more than you needed me, to the fans. Tim Kurkjian, the Hall of Famer. Thanks so much for joining us on First Take.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.